so much.
What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Comme de Garçons Homme collaboration with New Balance on this 1906R in the white colorway. So this collaboration between Comme de Garçons and New Balance actually released late last year, I believe around October or November, but for some reason here in Canada, a lot of our shops ended up getting a shipment recently. So I picked these up back in March and they retailed for a price of 376 Canadian dollars, and I believe the retail price in the States was somewhere around 280 USD. This is extremely high obviously, but given that it is a collaboration with CDG, I guess they boosted up the price to match up with CDG's typical price point. So alongside this white colorway, they also dropped an all black one as well. That one was an easy pass for me, but this white pair, it really caught my eye. And I want to see in real life, is it actually worth the increase in price, or is it just marketing and you're just paying for the fact that it's just a collaboration with a high-end brand? So before we get there, the style code for this shoe is M1906RCO. And we know how popular the 1906R has been. It's been arguably New Balance's hottest silhouette for the past year or so, because not only is it very stylish, fitting the current style these days, but it's also an extremely comfortable sneaker too. So diving into the details, first off, in terms of packaging, this pair doesn't come with a special box. It's just your typical gray colored New Balance box, which was to me very disappointing. However, diving into the details of the shoe itself, so let's take a closer look at the materials. So on the toe box, the base layer here, this is constructed out of an open style white colored mesh, which makes the shoe very breathable. Holding the laces in place, we have a layer of actual genuine leather with the New Balance N logo pressed into the middle, and then overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this asymmetrical overlay again of genuine leather, which is a real refreshing change compared to most 1906Rs that utilize very synthetic materials instead. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have another leather layer here as well, and then moving downwards, we have this cutaway in the overlay revealing this triangular layer. The mesh here is slightly different, it's a bit more of a tighter weave, but it's still mesh nonetheless. As far as the middle two eyelets goes, so in typical 1906R fashion, we have these woven strips, which is done in more of a cream or off-white color. This extends downward through the New Balance N logo in the middle, and they call it New Balance's N-Lock technology. So you can think of it kind of like Nike Flywire, in that when you tighten up the laces, you're pulling these straps inwards, which in turn gives you more support and structure around the midfoot area of the shoe. And then covering the top eyelets, we have more genuine leather, and then pressed onto the lateral side only, we have 1906R branding. On the bottom of the heel, we have this black colored TPU heel cup, which gives you additional structure and support for the back end of the shoe. And then in the middle of this, we have this NB branding in silver. And then on the top of the heel, we have these three strips of reflective 3M in silver. As far as the laces go, so this pair only comes with one lace option, and they're an oval shaped squiggly lace, which helps to keep the laces tied and helps to keep them secure in place. Underneath this, the tongue is padded, but it's primarily covered in that same open style mesh that we saw earlier on the toe box. Running down the center, we have this T-shaped overlay of genuine leather. Here we have New Balance running branding and Comme de Garçons branding pressed onto the top in black. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is decently padded and it's covered in this very fluffy and soft gray colored liner. And as far as the insoles go, this is a pretty decently padded foam line insole. It's covered in this black finish on top, and we have both CDG and New Balance co-branding pressed onto the heel in white. So the upper of the shoe sits atop an Absorb and Absorb SBS foam midsole. This entire midsole is blacked out, painted entirely in black, and in addition we also have New Balance's Energy technology, which is visible on the lateral heel with these gel-like pillars, and this is there to help with impact protection and shock absorption. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so this outsole is crafted entirely out of black colored rubber. We have your typical diamond-shaped traction pattern on the forefoot, along with these grooves to give you added flexibility. And then in the middle of the outsole, right underneath the rubber, we have New Balance's Stability Web technology. This is a black colored TPU shank plate, which is there in place to help with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other 1906R, so I'd recommend just sticking true to size. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in my typical 1906R size, which is a size 10, and they fit me really comfortably. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also wear a size 10 or a true to size in other New Balance silhouettes like the 2002R, 860 V2, 1500, and the 991 V1 and V2. Whereas I go a half size down in other silhouettes like the 992, 993, 990 V3, V4, V5, and V6. Moving on to the comfort, so like I said in the very beginning, one of the reasons why the 1906R is so popular is because it's a very comfortable shoe. Especially for the price point, well in this case not for this colorway because this one is just marked up so high, but for a typical 1906R, it's extremely comfortable without paying a made in USA or a made in UK price. It's a very well balanced sneaker, it feels very supportive, you feel very stable, and there is some degree of plushness to it with this absorbed midsole. So it's not going to be as soft and bouncy as a 990 V6, but for an everyday use sneaker, I have no problems whatsoever wearing these. And because this shoe is primarily constructed out of mesh and a lot of genuine leathers, it feels very soft, very broken in already straight out of the box. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, in terms of the material quality, like I said, I was very impressed and it was a nice change to actually have genuine leathers on this shoe. I'm so used to a 1906R having just synthetic materials, like a lot of fuses and these plasticky synthetic leathers. So it was really nice for a change to have premium materials on this model. And in terms of the build quality, same thing, I had no problems whatsoever. The panels were consistent between my left and right feet. The stitch job was great. There were some minor glue stains along the midsole, but really nothing to complain about. So is it worth the extremely high price point? Probably not. But it is definitely a step above a typical 1906R, which I have to say is great to see.
I appreciate Kobe so much.
So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. If you're in the market for a slightly more upscaled version of a 1906R and you're looking for a very versatile colorway, one that pretty much goes with whatever you want to rock, this is a solid option for you, especially if you can get these for under retail. I don't know if CDG actually discounts their shoes, but if you're able to grab these for under retail, then I think you won't be disappointed with the overall build quality and of course the materials. Obviously, paying full retail price for this shoe might be a tough pill to swallow, but I'm being 100% honest when I tell you guys, I was pleasantly surprised and pleased with the overall build of this shoe, so it wouldn't be crazy at all if you want to add these to your collection. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this shoe. Would you buy these for a discounted price? Is it too plain and boring for you? However you feel, leave your thoughts down below and let's talk about it. And as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on social media on Instagram at esco8, follow me on X at sean.go spelt out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you so much for watching, hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.